So this is what I came up with so far for the hanger. I know in last episode I kind of showed the scale and such, but this is with a bunch of minifigures in it. Of course, this isn't the final minifigures. This is just kind of to show scale and then see how I kind of want it. But we'll have some clones kind of spilling in here, and then the droids kind of forcing, this way, trying to get them out. And then I might take one of the MTTs out. I'm not sure yet. But I do like the tanks on top because there's not really any room to put them out over here. And then I also put a bunch of clones up here. This will probably be how it's laid out, where there's droids here and then they're kind of rushing around, just swarming the base. The next thing I want to show you is the layout of the river. So this side is the second mountain that we'll get on started shortly, hopefully. And then, of course, the ground. This is the cutout of the river, hopefully. I move these posters. It looks pretty good, I think, at least. I'm waiting on the parts for that and the ground. Hopefully they'll come in the next couple days, so they'll be in the next episode. But basically, we'll have our river, and then we'll get back to terrain work, and then we'll be pretty much done, except a few kind of details inside. But other than that, we'll be finished. So back to the progress for this week. So we're going to do more interior work on the towers. So right now, there's nothing in all three sections. We'll change that this episode. This is going to be the command center. And then the second story will be a prison with a little balcony. And then the bottom floor will just be kind of like a common area. And then I got to decide for under there, but I don't know if we'll get to that this episode. Okay, so this is what I came up with for the jail cell. It's nothing too fancy. I have the exact same one there, so there'll be two little cells. This one will be a little smaller, but that's okay. So it's just a simple small door. I could maybe extend it, make the door actual like normal size, but I think that looks good for now. And we'll get some minifigures to put in there, and then we'll have our droid security force. I want to be able to, this will be a very basic kind of build right in here, just because it doesn't need much, because besides for the final, it'll never be seen. Okay, jump into the command center. I know I didn't show it because I already have these two pieces pre-built from previous mocks, but this is just three of those command centers, clone command centers put together to make one giant one. I think it reminds me a lot of the Rishi Moon outpost from the Clone Wars, where you got like the big center command center and then like the building around. And then of course a little droid commands console computer thing that will have droids manning. I don't think I'm going to put anything against this wall, or maybe I'll put, I don't know yet. And then in this front area, thinking of like a step up balcony thing for people to look out into the windows. So I couldn't get a good angle for a time lapse, but this is kind of the design I went for the viewing platform. I just used those ingot pieces and then left some open studs just to look. And then of course some studs for placing minifigures on, and then a little control panel. These are the stairs. It's just some basic stairs to basically make it, more gradual. And then, of course, to the command center, I'll have some droids on here. I wish I had a tactical droid. Sadly, I do not, or else he would absolutely go there or on the viewing platform. So that's going to be about it for this room, unless I can think of anything else to build real quick. And then let's move on to the prison again and get some final things done in there. All right, so the final thing for this, I just realized I have a bunch of gold pieces, and I used up most of them to make this, but basically it's just like a little gold bar thing that's a little overspilling, and then it has a computer just to keep track of everything. And then I felt like that is a good spot for that, because originally I was going to put it in a backside tunnel thing, but then I realized that is way too much time and money to have enough building blocks to make that tunnel in the back of the mountain. So I decided just to put it up here. Another thought was to kind of put it where the armory was, and then move the armory down a floor in the mountain part of the base. But then I just figured, you know, up in top of the tower would be kind of cool as well. So that's that. And then I'm going to put some minifigures in here, and then we'll move on to the prison. Okay, I just put the minifigures in here. These will probably be the minifigures that will stay in this room. So this room is completely done. We just got a Kashyyyk droid kind of man in the sonar there, and then some droids guarding the gold, some up here with General Grievous on the viewing platform, and then of course this one guy manning this little station, and then one walking. I don't want a ton of droids in here because I don't have that many, and compared for like the scale of this thing, so we need them kind of spaced out more so it looks like more of a battle. So the final part of this episode is I'm going to show off the prison and the final things I added, as well as the battle on the top of the balcony, just to kind of finish the tower for now until we can finish off the sides and make it all one color. So we have this droid getting blasted through the entranceway. I'm going to have this is where the balcony is, so all the clones are going to be rushing in. 2 droids reinforcing it. And then here is the first prison cell. We have a Gungan and 2 Wookiees. One of the Wookiees is looking out of the prison bars, trying to get out. And then this droid pushing this prisoner through the door. And then, of course, some other species that I just kind of found in my Lego bin. And then we have the more important cell with the Kashyyyk droid kind of guarding it. We have a clone officer and then 2 Jedi Knights in the prison cell, and that's the whole reason why this battle's taking place, is they're trying to rescue Luminara Unduli and I believe Aayla Secura. And then, of course, the balcony scene. There's no 212th Jetpack Troopers, so I just put all these 501st Jetpack Troopers, and then one of the lieutenants. I will be getting new helmets for all of the lieutenants so they don't look like standard clones with rangefinders. And then, of course, Obi-Wan and General Grievous dueling as they always do. And then some droids backing him up. And then, probably my favorite part, this jetpack trooper just knocking out a droid with his blaster. So that's going to do it for this episode. On the next episode, I will get straight back to terrain building. A huge parts order just came in the other day. So that's all that we have left. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.